All right, so I want to share with you something that helped me. Maybe it can help you. So there was a time where I was teaching sixth grade, and I was very stressed out. It was my first time being a teacher, and I remember going to my doctor. She was a naturopathic doctor, and there was a time that I was also going through fibroids. So I was diagnosed with fibroids, and then I tried to do everything naturally to reduce their size, and then I ended up going to different doctors just to see if I can shrink them. I was stressed out, and I don't know if you know, but like when you have fibroids, stress usually makes the tumors grow. So it was not a good time at all because I had fibroids, and then I was working as a sixth grade teacher at a school that was really, really, really challenging. Like the behavior was terrible, and I just got so stressed out, and it was just terrible. But yeah, like and that was also my first time being a teacher, so it was hard because I believe middle school is hard. Like elementary is not as bad, and high school is not as bad because I was also a high school teacher. But middle school, like hats off to all the teachers out there that teach middle school. All right, so yeah, that was the time that I was going through a tough time in my life, and I was like, I always try to do like natural things first, exercise, nutrition, just changing your lifestyle will always be the first step before taking medication or before doing a surgery. Also, having a second opinion, like going to a different doctor and see what the doctor says. But yeah, I don't want to make this video too long. This is about this. So this helped me a lot to go through that time. And yeah, maybe, I thought it could be helpful for you guys. So then I went to my doctor. She was a naturopathic doctor. And she said, well, it's normal, you're a teacher. Teachers are known to be stressed out. And she gave me some pills. Most of the time what they give you is not prescription. Like they just give you pills right there. You just pay for them. So I've always been to naturopathic doctors. I've always been seeing them. So for me, it's natural to just go there and just, hear what they have to say, take those pills that they give me, because everything there is just more natural, more holistic. So I really believe in that. So when I went there, she was like, it's normal that you're stressed out, take these pills that are gonna make you feel calmer. And then she gave me this. Now you might think like, what is this? Like, this is just a piece of paper. When she told me this, I was like, okay, like I've never like had anybody give me something like this. I have done therapy before because I had anxiety when I was younger, but I've never been given anything like this at a naturopathic clinic. But usually when you do therapy, sometimes they tell you, you have to write everything in a journal. And I've had like my therapist, give me stuff like this, but coming from a naturopathic doctor, I was like, okay, but it made a lot of sense because what I love about naturopathic medicine is that they don't just try to put like a band-aid where like you're hurt or where the problem is coming from. They try to fix everything from within out, not just like do a quick fix. So when I went there, I really like her, and then she was just telling me, take these pills, try to find a way to relax, meditate, just do whatever you need, to do just to be yourself again. And it was a tough time. Like I said, I was going through the fibroids. I didn't know what to do. I was like, do I do the surgery? What am I gonna do? And then at the same time, I was, first time being a teacher. Just being a teacher is tough, especially in a middle school. It was a really, really bad time for me. I ended up quitting after like 9 months. I just couldn't do it anymore. And then yeah, but I love kids and I love like teaching. That's my favorite thing to do because that's why I teach fitness classes, I teach dance, and I'm also a personal trainer. So I love teaching, being able to transfer the knowledge that I have out there. So going back to this, she gave me this and I just didn't think much of it. But then like she was like, say this every day, put it like close to a mirror, anywhere that you can see it. So I do have it in my closet. And I was also going through a very, very confusing time at that time because I also had a separation from my husband. My marriage has been always up and down, up and down. So at that time, I also was separated from my husband. And like I said, every time I separated, sometimes I tend to be looking somewhere else and like seeing what else is out there for me. And at that time, I feel like my heart was not in a good place, and it was very confused. And it was just, I just think emotionally, I wasn't there. Emotionally, I just feel like I was a mess, at the same time, going through all the stuff that I was going through in my life. But emotionally, I didn't know what I wanted. I wasn't close to God as I wish I could have been. And it was just a time that I was so confused. So yeah, so when I went there, she gave me this, and I'm gonna read it for you. Maybe it's gonna be helpful. It has been very helpful, and I still have it. And it's been probably like 2 years, and I still have it. So it says, "I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you." So they don't make sense. Like if I read this to you, you're like, okay, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. It just doesn't make sense. But what I've noticed is that if you choose a sentence that does work for you, like it's going to help you. Because like I said, at that time I was going through something tough. I felt like I hurted a person really bad because we had something. And then at the same time, I feel like I realized that this person was too young for me. And I was like, I don't want to go into that direction, because I feel like I'm older than you and you're very young. So I don't think that we can make this work. So I always felt and had that, like, I don't know, like this inside of my heart, like saying like, why didn't I choose this person? If I, cared for this person, why wasn't I able to even try something with this person? And I always felt like I hurted him. I always felt like he was real, and maybe he wanted more, you know, with me, and I never gave him a chance. And I just felt like I hurted him, just the thought of hurting somebody is horrible. So even though I've told this person like, hey, forgive me if I ever hurted you, even if you do that, sometimes you feel deep down that person still doesn't let that go. And and I think that, believe it or not, if you feel that you've hurted a person in the past and you think that they haven't let that go, and you think that they still hold a grudge against you, trust me, that's going to haunt you sometimes. My therapist, they would tell me, like, if you think you hurted somebody, go and tell them that you're sorry. So like, it's very important that you do that, so saying I'm sorry is huge, because it's gonna help you feel better if you hurted them. Because sometimes we hurt people without the intention of hurting them, and it's still, it's still pain that you caused in that person, and it's still pain that you caused in you, because you're like, I don't want to hurt this person, but my actions or whatever I did, hurted this person. And trust me, it's very powerful if you ask for forgiveness to the person. And even if the person says, don't worry about it, like, I'm good, I don't care, it's in the past. Because I've had that happen to me before. He was like, I'm okay, whatever, and then he would act like everything is good, and then he would block me, and then he would like not talk to me, he would ignore me. And I was like, wow, like, even though he says that he forgives me, there's still something in him that makes him, feel that way about me, and it just really killed me. Like, it hurted me, and it just, I don't know, I think that it was a life lesson. Like, I think that sometimes we don't want to hurt people, but we end up hurting. That's why it's so important for us to think about our actions and really learn from our mistakes. All right, so you do not have to say them all at the same time, and like, because it's gonna feel like, okay, I'm sorry, and then like, please forgive me, and then thank you, and I love you. It does not make sense. But if you get like one of them, like for me, please forgive me, I would just repeat that like almost every day. And I would think of this person, like, please forgive me, even though I was not saying it to him, even though I already said it before. But like, this was for me to heal, for me to heal. Please forgive me. And God knows that I really meant it. And then I love you. It's also another one that is powerful. I love you. I love you is also powerful. And thank you. Thank you is also very powerful. Whatever you did in my life, was it bad or was it good or whatever it was, I thank you for it. I thank you for it. Or it can be a thank you, just like, thank you, God, for giving me what you've given me. Or even to thank yourself, like, thank you for being strong. Thank you for having the courage. And then the last one will be, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry is similar to the one, please forgive me. So I think that I'm sorry and please forgive me kind of go together. So I'm sorry and please forgive me. And this can also go for you. What about saying this to yourself? Because most of the time, for those that are similar like me, I feel like I'm very nice and sometimes I forget about me, and I care so much about others that you forget about you, and you end up doing things for others and putting yourself in a situation where, you know, it could be dangerous because you're forgetting about you, and you are, I don't know, like, just giving importance to somebody else that person might not even deserve what you're doing for them. So this should go first of all for you, because if you don't say this to yourself, like, who's going to say this to you? So say, I'm sorry for, you know, having self-destructive actions, you know, behaviors. Please forgive me. Like, forgive yourself for sometimes the things that you do wrong, even knowing them that they're gonna be bad for you at the long run. And saying thank you, you know, thank you for doing this for yourself, thank you for doing that, thank you for making the right choice. That goes for me, because sometimes I don't do the right thing. So and I love you, you know, you don't have to say that also to another person, you can also say that to you. So yeah, I don't know if this is helpful, but it helped me so much, and I still keep it. Like I said, I have it in my closet right now. We're in my closet, and I still look at it. And the other day I was thinking about it, and I was like, saying this word, please forgive me. Please forgive me, because we do not want to be doing the wrong thing to people. And it's important that you acknowledge your behaviors and ask for forgiveness. Make sure that they also tell you, like, yes, I forgive you, because you might need to hear that. So, and I'm a little crazy, so I do feel like there has been times where I, like, feel that I have to say this to somebody, like, hey, can you forgive me? But then, like, I also have felt hurt, and I tell the person, can you please also ask me if I can forgive you? And sometimes I've gotten reactions like, no, like, why would I tell you? What have I done to you? But then if you explain, like, hey, you know, you hurted me with this action, like, I did not like what you did, and it hurted me. Can you please ask me to forgive you, because we can move on and put that aside? Like, if you feel that you need to tell a person to ask you to forgive them, do it, because you're feeling that when they ask you for forgiveness, then you can move on, and then the relationship can be better between you and that person. So yes, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. These are powerful words. Have a blessed day.